Hi everybody. I just said to a chap that I would do a review on the tractor, as I've had it a couple of years now. You might be able to hear on the video the man on the other side of the hedge has just turned up with his petrol tractor. None of that noise now. So as you can see, I made a roller to go on the back. I'll talk about that in a second. So, review. Yeah, the tractor's right. The only problems I've had with it is, let's start again. Right, so this is the Ego Z6. As you can see there, 107 centimetre deck, twin bladed, side discharge. So the clear bit is really good, but you need to wash it a lot. I do a week's work and then I leave it soaking. It takes a couple of days for the, I finish work Friday. By the time I've left that in soak and I wash it, every time I pop out the front of my house, I give that a scrub, and it takes a day. By the end of Sunday, it's softened enough to clean it up and it's clear again, but it is getting murkier and murkier. Rear boxes doing okay. I do find when this box fills up, hopefully we're in perfect conditions now, but when it's a little bit wet and the thrust is so good and it throws the grass over here, the pressure in this box is so great it starts to bung the tube up. So once this, and it's the same as my old mower, as soon as this starts to get full and you can see the grass spitting out the top of here, swap the boxes over, and it stops it clogging so much. But this, having this lid open and not having to pull that chute off, is a massive bonus. The front tyres do tend to go flat no matter what pressure you put in them. I think what it is, the dirt builds up around the rim because they're tubeless, and when you bump into things it lets a little bit of air out, and before you know it, so I just carry an inflator in the van, and I chop them up once a week. Yeah, the only issue I have is when I put it in the van and I engage the brake, because it's got an electronic brake and the batteries are still engaged. I move to the next job, I can't get it out. I have to flip the batteries out of the box so the electronic brake is disengaged, and then I roll it out. Sometimes when I put the batteries back in, I can't get it to start up. I can't get it to wake up. I have to keep taking the batteries in and out, or press that button numerous times until all of a sudden it wakes up. Whether it's got some safety feature, I have no idea. As I said before, and the bloke said that he thinks that light there is in perfect position, but it's because I've got a bungee on the chute. The light will never work. If you can't organise your day so you're cutting grass in the daylight, I don't understand really why it's got lights. I know in America, if you're on the equator, by the time you get home from work, it's dark. Cut the grass on a Saturday. You know, it's just battery drain. It's probably only a small drain, but for me, I just can't see the point of having lights really. So the roller, if you've got a zero turn, the roller has to be fixed so it turns with the mower. If you have a roller and it's just on the center pivot, it goes under the wheel. So you have to have a roller that's fixed in 3 points so it moves with the tractor. And you've got to remember it's sticking out behind you, because when you turn you smack into things. So all this is a 4-inch soil pipe. So I've got a threaded bar running all the way through the centre, and I just made that bit of 25mm box section, a couple of brackets on, and I made the ends on the 3D printer. So it's got a shoulder that fits in the pipe, and then a reinforced shoulder where the threaded bar goes through, so it fits nice and tight. Now this is only the Mark 1 version. What if I did it again? I'd put a radius on here, because it's so square. When you're turning round and you get near a pathway, it doesn't pop up on the path. It jams against the bricks. So you'd have to make the bar a little bit longer to accept that being radiused. So it's got a toe-in pin tool, so I put just a bolt in there with a hole in with a cotter pin through, and there just happened to be a nut on each side of this Ego mower for the other bracket to fit on. The only problem is you can't really tighten it up, because this mower, it's got a subframe inside, and these casings, if you tighten it up too much, it starts distorting all the casing. But so far, you know, it makes such a difference to the lawn having the roller on. So I whip around the outside of the garden without the roller on, and then when I'm just doing my straight lines, I pop the roller on, just for that added effect. Now this customer is saying that he said, your tractor never leaves any tyre marks. I think the battery mower is so much lighter, because you haven't got the weight of the engine, all the pulleys, gearboxes. You're not making such an impression on the lawn. Anyway, the seat's getting a bit squeaky. I do blow the grass off, maybe every now and again, but it's so dry at the moment, the grass is just getting everywhere. But overall, over the 20 years I've been cutting grass, this is the best mower I've ever had. I hardly ever have to use it on the turbo for the blades, even when the grass is wet. It picks up better than any other mower. And as I have said before, if you've not seen any of my other videos, I think it's all because how this chute fits so tightly to the deck. There's no gaps for the air to get out. So all the air that's produced by the blades is all going up that chute. It's pretty bloody good. I don't use the multi blades, I use the high lift blades, and everything is good. So that's the Ego Z6 42 inch mower. Any questions? Ping away. Cheers, bye.